All right, happy Tuesday night, everybody. Welcome on into the daily broadcast. Coming to you from Raiderland World Headquarters tonight. Chat line enabled, functioning, ready for you to contribute. Whether you're on our YouTube channel for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media, or on Facebook Live. United Supermarkets can handle that. The one and only supermarket that puts their name on things in West Texas and Texas Tech doesn't ship your money off when you buy groceries down to Austin. You get the idea. Also brought to you by McAlpin Chiropractic. It's not their slogan, but it could be. If your back's out of whack, don't call it quack. Call Kevin Mack. Actually, he's just a great West Texas guy who's been around for years. Worked with high-level Texas Tech athletes. I've trusted him with my own family. I can't give a better endorsement than Kevin McAlpin. And also, this evening brought to you by Ultra Exteriors in West Texas. We just got pummeled in the last week with hail and high winds and everything else. So if you got roof damage, if you got window damage, siding damage, Ultra Exteriors can handle all of those. One-stop shop. You don't have to call 3 different contractors or anything. Ultra Exteriors can make it happen. So go to their website for Ultra Exteriors or call our friend Warren Taylor and say, hey, Raiderland sent me your way. They're going to get you taken care of. They have the resources to do it and make everything all better there with Ultra Exteriors. So that's what we got going on. Let's get the show going in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You start your day every day there. I didn't know if we were going to have a show today because we use WordPress on the website as the back end, and I was being really limited. They were doing some sort of maintenance or whatever. And I don't know if you guys have, your own websites or anything. You understand sometimes, they're doing stuff or whatever and say, well, we can't complete that function right now. Well, I didn't know what our function, conjunction, junction, what your function was going to be tonight. So I had a really great guest lined up, Rob Anderson from Creighton University. He is the official stats guy for the College World Series, knows more about it than anybody. He's amazing. I hope we can reschedule him, and I'll apologize again. I know he's not watching, but I'll apologize again because I was really looking forward to having him on, talking about just the history of the College World Series in Omaha. Some interesting nuggets and facts and everything else. But we're gonna have some more CWS coverage as the week goes on. All right, so today it's Tuesday's best. We always give you Tuesday's best question. We give you the topic, you give us the best examples. Your 2 favorite Saturday Night Live characters of all time. Not the actor necessarily, but the character. All right. You can give me 2 of who you would consider the greatest characters of all time. We also tonight will discuss in more in depth the fallout from the House settlement, what it means for schools just like Texas Tech. By the way, Tech ain't poor no more. Multiple media reports. I think CBS Sports maybe was one of the first ones to run with the idea that insiders are saying that Texas Tech could pay up to $55 million this coming year to all of their athletes. And I think that number might actually be low. But what it tells you is Tech ain't poor, and it scares the hell out of the blue bloods that a school like Texas Tech, even in the new world order of the House settlement, which I don't think ever sees the light of day, and we'll explain more in detail, that the poison pill in that is the NIL Go apparatus set up to review NIL deals. And they must be submitted starting, this week. I'm telling you right now, that's the poison pill. The lawsuits that will emanate forth on that will kill every aspect of the House settlement. And then we got the College World Series starting later on this week. The aforementioned College World Series. Who you rooting for and why? It sounds weird going say Big 12 in Arizona, but yeah, Big 12 in Arizona, you could go with that. We like the ass-kicking chicken. It's hard to hate a team, even the team that eliminated Tech in 2016. It's hard to hate Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers. Murray State, who's rooting against Murray State? I mean, all we know is that everybody hates right now the SEC and doesn't want to see, power teams from the SEC do anything. So who are you rooting for? We don't have an old school Big 12 team in there. Who are you going to go with for the College World Series? You got to have somebody to root for. And after that, it's anything and everything on your mind. The questions, the comments, whatever you want. We used to call it on radio open line. So That's it. Give me your two best Saturday Night Live characters of all time. We'll go more on the House settlement thoughts and why we don't think this thing is going to work. And I'm shocked that so many in the sports media fail to see just the obvious aspect of why this thing is not gonna happen. I don't think they're dumb. I think a lot of them just aren't paying attention and haven't been paying attention. They think, well, the House settlement that settles it. It's got settlement right in there. They forgot to settle this with the biggest group of people that are going to be affected by it, and that's the employees, that's labor, and that's the players. None of the players have agreed to this. None of the athletes have agreed to this, yet they are being restrained in trade by this agreement. It ain't going to fly. Unlike that little gnat or whatever it was that just flew into my nose. So get your questions, comments rolling. Let's get it started tonight. Lynn says, good evening. Well, good evening. And it is evening. After 5, it's good afternoon. Up until 5. After 5, it's a good evening. After 7, it's good night. Have a good night type stuff. Andy, he's saying the cheerleaders, there is a gnat or something flying around that's going to bug me until I get that thing killed. Yeah, so the Will Ferrell and now I can't think of the actress who was the other part of the cheerleaders. That was good. It's itty bitty gnat. That was quality. I don't have it on my list, but it's quality. Talking about who they're going to root for in the College World Series, Murray State Racers. First time ever. I saw the note today. This is the first time since 1957, I believe I've got it right, that not a single team in the College World Series appeared in it the year before. Huh. Maybe, just maybe, you don't have to play in the SEC to play good college baseball, even today, in the day of NIL, portal, and everything else. David Collier came at 28 sports director, who I hope has gotten some rest since he got home from Oklahoma City. Pardon me, Omaha. It's hard to break out of the habit. Sherry O'Terry. It was Sherry O'Terry. Yeah, Will Ferrell and Sherry O'Terry. Good stuff. I might have them in my top 10. I'm cursed by having seen the greatness of Saturday Night Live in real time in the 80s. So I get to go back to a lot of really good 80s characters that maybe some people on the broadcast are going to go, no. Or then maybe some of you go back to the 70s. Mark, listening on YouTube, glad to have you on YouTube. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. It's free. Then hit like on the broadcast, then share it, invite people in. I want to go for 500. We are so freaking close to 500. I just like the last few steps up Everest to get to that. Michael, another one of our YouTube channel denizens. SNL's Lunch Lady and DeAndre Cole. Which one is DeAndre Cole? Now, Lunch Lady, that was what? That was Farley. Not to be confused with Church Lady, which I would have to have somewhere in my top 5 for sure. Maybe in my top 2. Well, isn't that special? Yeah, but Lunch Lady. And then it was Adam Sandler who did the song, Lunch Lady song, right? What was Sandler's, Opera Man. Yeah, Opera Man, the Sandler character there. So we got fun tonight. Saturday Night Live. Give us your two greatest characters. If you got tech stuff on your mind, the portal is open. We've seen a couple of football players being announced. We've seen on the baseball side a couple go out. Nobody leaving so far that I've seen that you go, maybe Dylan Maxey, but nobody that you just go, you can't live without. I mean, you missed the NCAA tournament for 2 years. Quite frankly, other than maybe Jack Siebert and I don't know, not a whole lot that you just go, got to have that back at a price. It's like one time I told one of my coaches I wasn't sure if I was going to play anymore, and he was like, well, we won one game with you last year. We can probably do that without you. No, it's highly motivating speech right there. On softball, we saw the Ohio State transfer come in. We've seen a couple today announce that they're in the portal on the softball side. Not surprising. I would think that Glasgow is going to out recruit the roster, so you'll see some turnover there. That's just the nature of the business. From the 70s, SNL Soup Nazi. Andy, the Soup Nazi was on Seinfeld. Soup Nazi, no soup for you. That's Seinfeld. Not Saturday Night Live. Now, cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. The Olympia Cafe. Cheeseburger, no Pepsi, cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Samurai Deli. Now, that was quality, too. When you got to go with Hans and Franz. We're here to pump you up. And then Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood with Eddie Murphy. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. I can't do Murphy doing Fred Roger. The word today is ransom. Let's call up Mrs. Johnson and see if she knows what the word of the day is. Ransom. Ooh, she knows lots of words. See, ransom. I ran some dog out of the yard, and now I got it. Jared, how much fun would it be to make the movement of school teachers, coaches to different schools like the portal? I'm not exactly sure what you're getting at. I mean, teachers and coaches leave all the time, so they're always in the portal or out of the portal or whatever. I mean, teachers basically sign 1-year deals, so they're always in the portal. Michael, Kenan Thompson, DeAndre Cullen. Oh, what's up with that? Okay, I know the sketch. What's up with that? I didn't know the character's name. I apologize. Yes, what's up with that? That's a good one. Kenan Thompson may be one of the most underrated Saturday Night Live troupe members. We got to say troupe. That's with an E, I believe. Troupe members over the last 25 years. I mean, the dude delivers a line. Now, I know some people say, well, he plays the same guy all the time. Oh, yeah. Hi there, Chevy Chase. Whatever. Yeah, I got to get, okay, so yeah, what's up with that? Then, now, is it Thompson? Is Thompson the host of Black Jeopardy? That whole sketch, Black Jeopardy, is greatness. I'm surprised they still allow it to be done. So as we go through tonight, Tuesday's best, your two favorite SNL characters of all time, House Settlement Fallout. Do any of y'all, as you watch this right now in the early summer, and I'll pose this question to you, do you think it'll be good for tech, bad for tech? Will it help hurt tech? Will it fix things in college sports? Will it not fix things in college sports? You tell us. And then College World Series, who are you rooting for in this World Series? I guess my deal would be Arizona for the Big 12, since they're in the Big 12 now. They count. And they told us we weren't good enough to host out of 16 teams, and yet one of them makes it to the College World Series. Coastal Carolina after that, Murray State after that. Yeah, we go underdogs. And then really, as long as it's not an SEC school, I'm kind of good with whoever kind of gets through the deal. I'm rooting for chaos for the most part in Omaha. David Collier is with us right now. We got to get Collier, if you're still here, we got to get you on later this week. I want to do and not in a negative or a positive way, but a comparison contrast Women's College World Series coverage, as long as you were there, and the road to Maha and covering in Omaha. Differences, things that are better, worse, anything along those lines. Because now David Collier, he's seen them both. He's seen the elephant, both of them, on the College World Series. And I don't even know that anybody was sleeping on your floor this go around, which is kind of a nice change of pace, I would assume, for you. So that's what we're doing tonight. Brought to you by Ultra Exteriors. Remember, here in West Texas, Warren Taylor and Ultra Exteriors, not just roofs, they do that. Not just windows, siding, all of that. Heck, you could give them a holler and do all those things and then have your bathroom remodeled. Try to get a roofing company to do that, you know. Annie St. John, regrouping. They're on Facebook. gathering his thoughts, coming in with the Killer Bees. So this is a 1970s deal. It's a Belushi deal. Never got it. The Killer Bees never did anything for me. On the other hand, the Coneheads, greatness. Dan Aykroyd, was it Gilda Radner? And I can't remember who played the daughter. Now is the time when we engage in mass consumption of foods, whatever, Coneheads. It's hard to think these days, if you're under, say, 35 or 30 years old, that pre-internet, pre-whatever, Saturday Night Live created American culture that we talked about. It actually mattered, but it did that. Two wild and crazy guys looking for American foxes. I don't know how many people, what the rating, I mean, the ratings were, good, whatever. There were only 4 channels. But we could all go back to work or school on Monday and talk about a Saturday Night Live skit. The Killing of Buckwheat, brought to you by Texon. Life goes on because buckwheat would have wanted it that way. Jared, really surprised Arkansas would have been paired up with LSU for the first game. The nature of the bracket. You shouldn't be surprised because when you put 13 teams from the SEC in, there was no way to bracket protect that conference. Hence the reason why you had Arkansas and Tennessee playing in a super regional. And we saw that back in, was it 19? Tech and Oklahoma State? I think that was 19. But when you have 13 teams in and half the national seeds are from 2 conferences, you can't protect them. So those brackets are fixed, funneling in. It is bound to happen. I mean, we saw that with Tech and TCU in 2014, the first year Texas Tech goes up to the College World Series that you're playing a conference opponent. There are some who say they should reseed out of the super regional. I disagree with that. Put the bracket together. Let the bracket fall where it may. Oh, I almost had that little gnat. We were close. So the biggest thing that I hope this College World Series and this tournament forces them to figure out a better way of seeding it. No other way to say it. The RPI fundamentals that they use are flawed from the standpoint that we just sit here in February and say SEC teams are good because they're in the SEC, and we put them in at a certain level. We don't baseline 0. And it becomes self-fulfilling prophecy. Well, why do they have a good RPI? Because they're in the SEC. Well, why do they have a good RPI in the SEC? Because we thought the SEC is good. Okay, that makes sense. There's got to be a better way to do it. Basketball is not plagued by it as much as baseball. And it still has issues. Andy, Blues Brothers. Yep. Jake and Elwood launched a great movie. And going back, Blues Brothers, that's some good music too. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody. The Tiger Woods skit when he was having troubles with his first wife was pretty dang funny. I don't remember that one. Chevy Chase's Gerald Ford always falling down. You got to be of a certain age. Falls over the podium during the presidential debate. Actually, Chevy Chase injured himself and got hooked on painkillers for a while. And by that, we mean he started doing cocaine. But painkillers. Alan coming in, top rope, YouTube. I know he's hit like. I know he's shared it, invited people to like the channel. I know he's going to help us get over 500 tonight. 2 wild and crazy guys count as one character, just like the communism they left in Eastern Europe. They share everything. Hot Tub Sketches with Eddie Murphy as James Brown. James Brown's Celebrity Hot Tub. Fantastic. Will it make me wet? Will it make me sweat? Hot tub. Get in the hot tub. Ooh, too hot. Too hot. Ooh. Next week on James Brown's Celebrity Hot Tub, Dr. Joyce Brothers. I think I hurt myself doing that one. Robert Judge hit shot almost completely out of Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Oh my, oh my. So Robert cares about the New York Yankees. We don't. But we love Robert anyways. Orange whip. Orange whip. 3 orange whips. The Tuesday's best question, the give us your 2 favorite greatest Saturday Night Live characters of all time. We asked the question, do you think Texas Tech will be affected at all by the House settlement? I say no, they will not be, because I don't think the House settlement's going to be able to enforce. And the biggest reason will be the NIL Go portion of it. And for those who've not been following along every day, so what this is, Deloitte is a marketing advertising conglomerate worldwide. They've been chosen to head up a review board of all NIL deals exceeding $600. So every student athlete now has to submit every deal they make, and then Deloitte's going to determine whether that's a legitimate deal or not. By the way, this is one of the reasons why I thought that Texas Tech should have waited to roll the Matador Club into the Red Raider Club and under the auspices of Texas Tech, because I think we're going to be sitting here a year from now and nothing from the House settlement's really going to be enforceable. So here's the problem on the NIL Go deal. It will immediately face amazing lawsuits across the country, state by state by state. As well it should. Because what we have here is the NCAA, and I still can't believe that Claudia Wilkins, the judge, allowed this to go forward. And I don't know if this was her ability to put a poison pill into the settlement that would force it higher up the food chain and get it off her docket. And that very well could be. That she could be allowing this to happen, knowing that it's going to be struck down on antitrust, restraint of trade, and everything that the Alston NCAA case ruled for student athletes. So again, this outside party, you're going to have to submit your NIL deal, and if they say it's not fair market value, you can't do it. I saw a note this week, yesterday, and I apologize, I can't give credit to who wrote it, but they said that Deloitte had reviewed, a ton of NIL deals and part of this process over the last couple of years, and they said 70% of, I think I've got the numbers right, 70% of the collective deals would be struck down with athletes, but that the university, side would have probably gone through. The problem we have here is multi-front from a legal standpoint. One, who is Deloitte to establish fair market value in Lubbock, Texas for a business or even the collective or now the university? And the problem there is that the university is doing it now. It's a pay for play, straight up pay for play. I mean, we're going to unionization real quick, but beyond that, to say that a certain business in Lubbock loves Baron Morton, and they know that Baron Morton is important in Lubbock, Texas, and that he can sell product and merch, and he's worth $250,000. All right, we're just going to throw a number out. Well, Baron Morton outside of Lubbock, or maybe a softball player outside of Lubbock, maybe it's even better to do like a Lady Raider or a Texas Tech softball player or a Tech baseball player that people love. Like, go back to like when Josh Young was here, and if we had NIL the way we have it right now, he's swinging a pretty big stick, but it wouldn't be the same in Dallas. Well, how are they really going to assign that value? So that becomes the first problem. But the biggest problem that they're going to have, and this is 100% the thing that's going to kill this whole deal. So they call it the House settlement. And they're trying to create these guidelines and rules and contract stipulations with labor, with the players, but labor didn't sign the agreement. It would be like the NFL without negotiating with the Players Association, just coming in and saying, here's the salary cap, here are the rules, here are the regulations. And the players would be like, well, we didn't agree to this. You know, the junior and high school right now didn't agree to this. The players didn't agree to this, but they're currently bound under it to operate that way. That's what's going to kill it. It's so simple. And yet there's all this gas expended on it by talking heads and everybody else. I'm just like, it's right there in front of you. The NIL Deloitte deal kills it on one hand across numerous states. And then the fact that you're trying to impose wage earnings upon a group collectively that did not have a seat at the collective table. That's it. That's it. I mean, we're done. Those two things. Which is why, again, I'm going to say I wish Tech had left the Matador Club out there for another year, because I think we're going to operate under the exact same rules after we get all of the restraining orders and all of the lawsuits that, if they haven't been filed already on the NIL Go deal, they will be very soon. And by the way, that's one of the reasons why you're going to see an accelerated transfer portal this week and next week, because the deal doesn't kick in until July 1. That's why Nadri Kennedy did her deal while they were still at the College World Series. It gets it in before it can be reviewed. Everything after July 1st has to go through NIL Go. Now, they're saying that you got to turn in your deals between now and then, even though most athletes have no idea what's going on, hadn't been communicated with. Why? Because they weren't a part of the settlement. So I think Texas Tech is in just as good a place as they were. They're just going to have to figure out a way to spend the money. And yeah, I believe the $55 million figure that CBS and some others are saying that Tech will spend on athletes this year, I think that may be low. I think they may spend more. And I hope they do. Andy, Facebook, cheeseburger, 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 no fries, no Pepsi, cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Winnie, why does it secretly feel like the NCAA is sitting back, watching Tech, and wonder if they can go after us for playing the game, like wanting us to sink their teeth in and pull a power rank? I don't even think it's that. I mean, I know the power schools hate that Tech can compete now. They don't want anybody competing with them. House settlement rules are imaginary, just like the Geneva Convention. Why follow it? Thanks for not saying the Geneva Conventions, by the way. It's the Geneva Convention. Christopher Walken is Colonel Angus. Why, Colonel? I can't do that. I can't do that skit. Why, Colonel Angus? It is so good to see you here. How have your travels been? I can't do that. God, what a great skit. I don't know how they kept from laughing the whole time on that one. Jared on Facebook. The NIL has turned into a season of Survivor. Outwit, outlast, and outplay all the outcomes. All the outcomes of the course case course case did try to make it more can't miss TV drama. Court case. Okay, yeah, court case. Sorry. Agree with you there. James, he's there on Facebook. You think Donnie Hart will ever get in the Ring of Honor? I'm not saying it's not possible. It's a maybe. Tech Hall of Fame, I think he's already in that, maybe. Ring of Honor, probably not. No, I'm going to say probably not. Not Ring of Honor. Not Ring of Honor. Hall of Fame, if he's not already, I can see Hall of Fame. Ring of Honor, not going to see that. Stat numbers, going to be tough to do. Plus, it's a position where it's going to be tough to outstrip some, even though he played at a time where it was still a heavy run conference in the Southwest Conference Big 12. Now, should Friendship rename the stadium Donnie Hart Stadium? I can get behind that. What a tough son of a gun, Donnie Hart. Playing wide receiver with linebacker shoulder pads. Can we make shoulder pads great again? Those of us who grew up in the 70s, 80s, even the 90s, the shoulder pads. Hey, you just had to be tough and strong to be able to put the shoulder pads on and still be able to walk upright back then. Receivers wearing shoulder pads like linebackers. Hey. Oh, wow. We just went green, white checker. You guys are doing a good job tonight. All right, last chance before we get out of here. Give us your two favorite Saturday Night Live characters of all time. House Settlement, Fallout thoughts. We'll have much more. We'll have much more coming up for you over the weeks, months, whatever on this. But I don't think it's going to be able to be implemented. And that's why I don't think – I love John Kurtz up there in Manhattan, Kansas State media guy who got out of the full-time media but still does a great podcast. I highly recommend it. We link to it on Raiderland Hot Links. He posed, will the House Settlement kill BYU and Texas Tech in the NIL market? To which I say, no, it won't. Absolutely, it won't. 100%. And tell me again how Texas Tech ain't poor no more. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, and the rabbit got the gun right now. And I think what you're seeing at schools around the country like Tech and maybe K-State and different places, that all of a sudden your people with money realize, I have a direct tangible benefit by giving money to Texas Tech. I can go buy a player. In the past, you gave money to the Red Raider Club, and it's hard to see a tangible benefit. Right now, you get 100% tangible benefit. Robert Delgado, I hear there's not much of Chevy Chase mentally. That's interesting. I saw a video the other day, somebody linked to it on social media, and they were driving somewhere, and they came across this place. It was like Caddyshack driving range or some Caddyshack named after Caddyshack. So they go there. Now, Chevy's not driving, and, Chevy goes up and orders a cheese, a chili cheese dog and whatever. And, the owner comes out and says, hey, I'm Chevy Chase from Caddyshack. It was pretty funny. I had a good time doing it. It'd be cool to walk around being Chevy Chase. Jared, Will Ferrell and Christopher Walken. I got a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell. Put your pants on the same way, except mine are gold plated. Yeah, one of the most singular one-off sketches of the late 90s, early 2000s. When was that? Maybe 03, 04? I got a fever. More cowbell. Back when Saturday Night Live mattered. Gave us catchphrases, gave us characters. I would go Church Lady would be in my top two. And that's where it really gets hard. We already talked about a lot. Father Guido Sarducci might be like my pre-1990 top two. Could I go decades and do that? Father Guido Sarducci. Then I got to have Buckwheat in there. Church Ladies, late 80s, early 90s. What about It's Pat? The Ladies' Man. Oh, yes. Cavalier is a very nice drink. Ladies' Man. We were cranking out movies. Ed Grimley. I must say, Stuart Smalley, Daily Affirmations. The Daily Affirmations, Stuart Smalley with Michael Jordan. If you hadn't seen it, go watch it tonight. And then I would have to put in later. Oh, man. I left out Fernando's Hideaway. Fernando Lamet. Darling, you look marvelous. It is better to look good than to feel good. And let me tell you, darling, you look marvelous. Russell Hammond is Sean Connery on Jeopardy. Golly. Father Guido, Church Lady, Buckwheat, Daryl Hammond, Sean Connery. That's tough. That's tough to do. All right, we're about to get out of here. Will the U.S. Open be a topic tomorrow? I guess. I mean, what do you want to talk about? If you want Ludwig Aberg, you can get him at a price right now. He has really struggled here lately. Not playing bad, not playing good. You can get about 27-1, I think, on the futures. In a van down by the river. What was it, Foley? Can't remember what. Foley, motivational speaker. Can't remember the first name of the character on that one. Y'all are really good tonight. Not bad at all for a Tuesday night. I didn't even know if we were going to be able to have the show or not tonight. So I'm glad we're able to get here. Tomorrow night, What If Wednesday, Alt History. I'm hoping the website is functioning the way I need it to function in the morning so we can have your Raiderland hot links and everything else on it. And then off we go into the wild blue yonder the rest of the week. Brought to you by McAlpin Chiropractic. Thank you, Kevin McAlpin, Great West Texas. Texan Ultra Exteriors, roofs, windows, siding, awnings. I mean, whatever it is, they can take care of you right now. One-stop shopping if you got a ton of damage. Call my friend Warren Taylor. And then all of you got in on the United chat line, United Supermarkets at Market Street. So thank them the next time you see them online or you're shopping there and just go, hey, thanks for being a part of Raiderland. And they'll be like, yeah, we understand. If you guys want to do something for us tonight, subscribe to all of our platforms. If you watch on Twitter X, at Ryan Hyatt Media, head over to our YouTube channel, click, like, subscribe. You don't have to watch it there. And then same thing on our Facebook page, ton of people on the Facebook page. We do some different stuff over there. It pays to subscribe to all of our platforms. They're all free, don't cost you anything. So cross-pollinate the whole deal. Let's have a great rest of the week. I want to thank you for being out there. We'll see you in the morning at theraiderland.com. Is it over? Why are you still here? Go home. Don't you people have homes?